It's Chris here, and I don't know where to start. I really don't know where to start. The whole world's just gone mad, literally mad. Everyone's frothing at the mouth. So I'm just having a look at some of the stories that I've been keeping an eye on the last few weeks, and especially the last few days, or I should say the last week or so, has been really interesting when you see this Greta, a girl going around the world and talking to the leaders, and now she's got mean face. She's got real mean eyes all of a sudden. Look, either something's going on in that kid. And I shouldn't be laughing because it's actually quite sad that. The young girl has been used as a poster girl or a pin-up girl, if that's probably not the right terminology, but she's being used all across the world to push a message of climate change and this, that, and the other, and this hysteria that's grabbed everybody, and everybody's just run with it. I just can't believe it without looking at the facts. you know, it's not a climate change issue. I mean, the world, the Earth is there's a, the Earth is going to vary in temperature regardless of what you do, and there's also an economic issue as well. I mean, you can't travel, unless you get in your car. So I mean, all these people attending marches, they didn't go by public transport. A lot of them, their parents drove them. For goodness sake, they took a bus. I mean, that's all adding to the problem, isn't it? So anyway, it's just crazy. The world's just gone mad. And the other one was a classic, was the vegans rocking up to certain what's it called, supermarkets, and with the tapes over their heads or their faces and their mouths, so that people shouldn't be eating meat. Now, if that was the local church going and protesting about something, they'd be crucified. They'd be fed to the lions. But these people have just gone mad, I'll tell you. The breaking story too that I just read on the online was there was a poster there with a young lady protecting her reproductive rights, protesting about the abortion bill. And the sad thing is, they're legalising abortion or decriminalising abortion in New South Wales, which is, I think, it's a tragedy, that we are killing our kids, really. And I mean, if the kid's inside the mother's womb, it should be the safest place. I mean, I never took that topic up seriously, but when I look at some of the pictures I've seen online of children being broken up in the mother's body, in the womb, I mean, there's no way no woman who has an abortion is going to walk away from that and be the same again. Not a chance. Yeah, really sad. So, and I feel sorry for. It's like a lot of things. You get caught up in the I guess the emotion of it all, and I'm sure a lot of women would be going through it, and taking it as if it's their right or something. But it's not. It's the child you got to take. You've got a human being in your body. Now, I never see animals do that, trying to kill their unborn babies. I mean, are we that barbaric? Well, I mean, I just can't work it out. It just does not make sense, even though we debate it, but I've never seen an animal or an insect even, or, open up its, unborn child and kill it. That's just mad. It's just ludicrous. So yeah, not a good thing for the country, and I don't think it's a good thing where any state or country promotes and pushes this sort of agenda. It's wrong. But anyway, the other thing too that's coming up on the news is Trump's being impeached by good old Pelosi. Finally, now I don't really understand the mechanics of the U.S. politics, but I love Trump. Now a lot of people hate him, but I love him, and I just read something with Hillary Clinton wants to get him out because he's betrayed the country. She's just put a tweet out, a post up on Twitter, sorry, and she's frothing at the mouth. Get him out! He's betrayed us. In actual fact, the facts are, love, that good old Trumpy, Donald, has brought back a lot of business back to his country. He's pulled back all the debts. His economy is growing, and things are going really good for the country. And there's a sense of morale in the country. There's a pride in the country, and especially for African Americans, which when I went there in the '80s, it was tragic. So to see so many homeless, it was African people of African descent. I don't know what you want to call it, but it's so good to see people are actually back in jobs, and there's been jobs being created, and the welfare of the country is at a better place. And he's all the opposition, the lefties, having a crack at him. So just doesn't make sense. But anyway, I'm going to watch this space because I want to see how that pans out. Because I don't know about you, but I'll be praying for good old Trump, because I think America's done really well, and I think we could learn a lot from that. And speaking of us, good old ScoMo, or Shamo, has gone up to America for a visit and pulled out the checkbook, written a check for 150 million, big ones. Thank you very much. They don't ask permission. They think it's their checkbook. That's what makes me laugh. I feel so helpless, like a lot of Australians, when you watch the farmers committing suicides. They're being broken. These are hard-working people, the hardest-working people in the country, and they're just being demoralised. They're just crushed, and they're just walking off the land in droves. And Queensland, for example, the dairies, the situation there, the milk's going to actually skyrocket. So there's going to be some big problems around the corner for Australia. So that really upset a lot of Australians that our Prime Minister will just willy-nilly give such a big amount when our people need help. That was wrong, and I really lost a lot of respect for ScoMo. Or I just thought that was very, very insensitive. While they talk and no listening, or debate, whatever they do in Parliament, people are going to a bad place. They're really not coping in their farm. So and I think we're going to pay for that. We're going to be looking. A country like Australia should never import any food. Even China's coming over here buying up agricultural land, the best premium land to produce agricultural products to send back to their country. So they're looking after their people. Why can't we do the same? It just doesn't make sense. Now, I don't want to get political or it's just human decency. If you can grow something in your backyard or produce something in your backyard for your own people, why wouldn't you? And keep your family employed. It's just wrong. It's just wrong what's happening to Australia, and eventually it's going to really turn around and really hurt us. It's going to hurt. That's probably more pressing than the stupidity of the climate change. So I think we're in for a bit of a long term. It's not looking good for Australia. Manufacturing's gone. I remember I used to sell engineering supplies years ago in the 80s and 90s or whatnot, and you'd be selling to all the little job shops around Moorabbin and southeast suburbs and Dandenong, where they'd be buying cutting tools. They'd be employing people because they'd be doing a lot of the R&D work for a lot of the new models that were coming out. There was machining happening. There was engineering happening. That's all gone, and that infrastructure's gone for good. It'll never come back. So the government softened that blow by having a lot of infrastructure projects, but when they finish, if they don't keep going, we're in trouble. We're in real serious trouble. So I think I'm not trying to paint the doom and gloom picture. You always got to be positive and keep working and being optimistic for the future. But I'm really disappointed in our government. I really love Australia. I think being the son of a migrant myself, it really hurts me to see things like that, money given away. And I know Malcolm Turnbull did the same thing. Once he got in power, he gave I think a certain amount of $1 million to one of the local clubs that his wife was obviously involved in. That was actually shameful as well, So, and I know we had the Tamil family. Everyone's up in a lather about kicking out this poor Tamil family. And then it's because of the cost and all this nonsense and the terrorists and all this rubbish. Mate, their family, they're trying to make a life for themselves here in this country. They're working, they're out in the country somewhere in some little rural town, paying their dues and, contributing to the community. And here we are trying to pick them up at night and ship them out. Sorry, I mean, I understand there's rules and there's protection for the country, and I'm all for that. But there's also a bit of humanity as well every now and then. So you got to step back and have a good look at things. But anyway, there's some of the topics that I've been looking at this probably the last few weeks, and just food for thought. I'm not trying to tell you how to suck eggs or how to which way to which way the sun shines. I couldn't care less, but it's just a great discussion. So anyway, that's enough for me. Look, if you're looking for some good news, I strongly recommend you get online to Sky News. They're fantastic. I love Andrew Bolt. I love Peter Credlin and what was the other guy? Mark and was it Mark? Paul Murray, sorry. And some great news, and at least it's being reported from a different perspective. I mean, if you look at Channel 7, Channel 9, Channel 10, every night you turn on a telly, and the exact same story will be playing as soon as you switched over to the next channel. So obviously they're three different channels, but they're one, if that makes sense. And straight after that we get all the stupid programs, the dumbing down of the country. Dirty Dancing now. They're trying to do a show about dirty dancing. What the heck? Really? And Married with First, all these stupid reality shows. The Bachelor. All these try to be Instagrammers and actors, and try to be actors are getting on there and having a crack. We probably got on there for free anyway, so the TV channels are probably loving it. But anyway, that's enough for me. Anyway, I should wrap it up there. But I'm going to sign off now, and my name's Chris, and I'll talk to you soon. Later. Catch ya.